So this video is for Movieworldexpress and Hollywood Rape. I understand that Hollywood Rape had an open invitation for those who had problems with Movie World to call in. Unfortunately, I work a full-time job and I wasn't able to call in. But a lot of people assumed that I'd be calling in to trash Movieworldexpress, which is not my intentions at all. My intentions is that I want all this nonsense to stop. Just one piece. And that's all that I want, because I'm tired of it. But I do want to apologize to Hollywood Rape, because I know that he did make a comment on my page. But the thing is that I didn't know the guy. I really, no offense, but I never heard of you until I've heard that you were, at some point you had problems with Movie World, and then you guys were cool with each other. And when I found out that you were associating with Movie World, and believe me, I've been getting like harassed by Movie World and his clone accounts. And I just didn't know who was who, and you know, when I found out that you were associated with him, I just didn't want any problems on my page. That's why I blocked you. I'm talking about the reference, the comment you made on my Avengers video where you stated that that the Hulk said "Puny God." I know that. It's just, you know, at the time that we were at the Avengers screening, the audience was so loud and they were applauding and clapping that we really couldn't understand what the heck he was saying. But on point, that's the reason as to why I blocked you, and I apologize because I didn't know you. I knew you associated with him. I really just don't have the time to find out what's going on besides the hundreds of messages that I've... By the way, that's exactly why I separated these videos from my other account, because every 5 seconds I was getting something from somebody new about Movie World and you and everybody else, and it was just getting so confusing and so exhausting. I just said, you know what, I'm just blocking everybody that has something to do with him, and that's just about it. But also, speaking of apology, Hollywood, I think it was really big of you to apologize to Twilight Saga, because I was aware of the incident because Twilight actually sent me a message about what was going on with Movie World, but I told them to do the same thing that I did, which is call the police on Movie World, and that's just about it. Because it is against the law, the New York penal law, that you're harassing. There's 2 types of harassments, but like I said, I went over that in my video, and I just don't have time to discuss it right now. But apparently, you know, I did see Twilight's emotional video where Movie World really, I mean, how low can you get to make fun of somebody who's autistic? Like I said, that was really big of you. You know, a real man, when he knows he's in the wrong, will come out and apologize, even when he knows he's wrong. And you know what? I have a lot of respect for you for that. You came out, you apologized, even though you had nothing to do with the whole situation with Twilight and Movie World, you came out and apologized. You were a man about it, and I highly respect you for that. Now, here's what I did not appreciate, which I did hear the podcast, and the thing is that Movie World has a tendency to fabricate stories, which in my videos I pretty much proved how he likes to fabricate a lot of stuff and cause a lot of problems. I'm not a nut job, okay? I'm somebody who does promotional work for Stan Lee at conventions. That's pretty much what I do. I portray the Spider-Man character. That is one of my jobs. I don't wear the mask 24/7 the way the Movie World described. I do have a life outside of this. This is exactly why I stay on the mask on these videos. That is my thing. I report comic book movie news. But besides that, Movie World, I just want to say this, okay? Because right now you know your legal ramifications, and a detective called you and told you to cease and desist on harassing me. Otherwise, you're gonna get arrested. Now, here's the thing. You're not ceasing and desisting. And I just want to offer you a deal, because this is getting really tiring, and I'm not a spiteful or hateful person. I like to work things out. I don't like to have conflict, and as of right now, with my full-time job and everything for the past month, all I've been doing on my day offs are going to the district attorney's office and documenting every little thing that you state. And you know what? It's getting annoying. It's pissing me off. It's a waste of my time. I could be doing other things. Here's the deal. And you know, a long time ago, I had problems, stalkers and stuff on websites, and they got shut down. I went to my lawyers. I already told you about that. Don't think that I will not pull through with this, and I will. You know me that well right now. So here's the thing. I don't want to do this anymore. Okay? If you promise to leave me alone, alright, I'll drop the case. You won't have to worry about getting arrested or getting lawyer's fees. And the thing is that, you know what? It's going to cost me an arm and a leg to get you into court, and I'm probably not going to get anything out of you. Different with the websites that were harassing me because I got money out of them and one paid me off. Like I said, totally different story when it's an individual. And you know what? Trying to do this on my own without having any lawyer's fees like pro se in court, it's a pain in the ass. I will go through with it if you keep pissing me off, but I'm offering you a chance to just stop. I'll even do you one even better. If you make a video apologizing first to Twilight Saga for picking on an autistic kid, okay, and also apologizing, and this is a way to start over, because as of right now, you're in a lot of heat. I know you're very prideful, bro, but you gotta let this go. You're going too far. You're making a lot of enemies, and it's not good. Alright, it's really not good. If you go out and you openly and publicly apologize to everybody and you want a second chance and just learn to calm yourself like the way that everybody's been trying to do, because trust me, if no one really had a care in the world, alright, they wouldn't try to reason with you. And that's just about it. There are more important things out there than comic book movies, Christopher Nolan, or whatever. And first off, I'm not even like a big Christopher Nolan Batman fan. You know that. The thing is that it's hard to argue with a franchise that here's the thing. Chris Nolan's pitch to Warner Brothers wasn't, hey, I want to make a Batman comic book movie, an inspired comic book movie, okay? That wasn't the case at all. The case is that Chris Nolan made a pitch to Warner Brothers about making a what if a Batman really existed in this world. So technically speaking, to argue that, yeah, it's not based on the comic book movies and he's not being respectful towards the origins, no shit. He's not supposed to. It's based on what if there was a real Batman in this world, not Batman from the comic books. So your arguments are invalid. There's no way to argue behind that logic at all. But don't worry, like I said, there's the last Chris Nolan film. After this, Warner Brothers is going back to doing the whole, you know, the way you want it. The whole comic book Batman, 1960s Batman type stuff. Yeah, well, not 1960s, but you get what I'm saying. They're going back to their comic book roots. So be happy, alright? It's almost over. Let it go. Thing is, this is my logic. I believe that everyone has a right to their personal opinions, and people have a right to argue those personal opinions. But no one has a right to personally attack one another, and that's exactly the kind of horseshit that started this all, and it's an ongoing war that will not stop. You cannot change anybody's mind. It's like telling a child not to grab the cookie. But what do you think the child's going to do when a parent tells them not to grab the cookie because they're going to get cavities? They're going to do it anyway, despite the fact that they were warned of what will happen at the dentist's office. You also have to take into account that when a director or an artist does something, it's throughout his vision, inspired by something that was original. It is not their job, for instance, even you know, when they're paying homage to something, it's not their job to replicate the original source. Yes, I understand that sometimes when you drastically change things from its origins, it could cause some issues with fans. That's totally understandable. But no comic book movie in history was 100% accurate to its origins. They always change things. And you know what? It also depends on those changes. I mean, look at Heath Ledger's Joker. It was nothing like the Joker from the comic books, but yet people were really interested in how Chris Nolan did the character. So like I said, changes are made for a reason. It's a director's job to do his own vision of the original source material. And if people don't like it, if people have a problem with it, very simple, boycott it. Voice your opinions, but don't personally attack people. Don't try, you know, dictating people like what to do, what to watch, what not to watch. Of course, if they're against it and they decide to waste their money on it and support the film, then that's their own fault. Like I said, reverse psychology really just doesn't work sometimes. And in this situation, like I said, if you make that apology, I'll delete all my videos, and you won't have to worry about anybody else who doesn't know you knowing what kind of a fraud you are, and you could start over. Clean slate. If you decide to go against me on this, I swear to you, and you know me, man, I will go after you and anybody else who is involved. I will get you in court. Even if I have to do it pro se, it will take me a long time, but I will make every effort. I will put every dime and penny into this situation to get you in court, and I even have a few friends in the media who are interested in making a story about you. If you push my buttons, you will get your 15 minutes of shame. But I'm offering you a chance to redeem yourself here. Not for me, not for Hollywood Rape, not for anybody else that you pissed off, but you. For yourself. And I'm being a man enough about this to just let you start over. Now, another thing that I do want to discuss is the whole photoshopping crap that was going on in that show. I'm not sure who it was. There's just too many people on the show, but apparently people feel as if, well, here's the thing, the photos that I was showing, yes, there was a Photoshop background, but let me just show you the real stuff. So here's the original photo of myself, director Mark Webb, Matt Tomac, who's a producer, and A.B. Arad. This is the original photo. In the last video, yes, it was completely photoshopped, but yes, this is the real photo. And by the way, this is my Fiona's Tale pass for on set, which, if you know or didn't know, Fiona's Tale was secretly titled Spider-Man. Obviously, I'm blocking. This is the reasons as to why I don't unmask. Because of situations like this, I don't need it. What I do on YouTube, what I do on my videos, is part of the Spider-Man character and what I do. That's just about it. I don't need to put my personal life out there. That's what I choose not to do. Moving forward, and that's the original photo of me and Andrew Garfield on set. Don't believe me? Okay, watch this video.
How are you guys? This is pretty cool. Alright. Good. Alright.
See you later, buddy.
That was fun. Sweaty out.
Back to my point. Me and Bruce Campbell. This is the original photo, not photoshopped. The only thing that's photoshopped is my face, because I have stalkers and harassers. And you know what? You know that. Sam Raimi. And this is what I do. I do promotional work for Stan Lee's Election Days book, which is what we're both holding at conventions. This is what I do for a living. Okay? So knock it off with this horse shit that I live and breathe the Spider-Man character. That I think that I'm the actual character. No, I don't. I have a life outside of it. I don't know where the McDonald's mask thing went from, or that I don't have a car, dude. I do have, you know, I don't know. You act as if like we're best friends, but you don't know shit about me. All you did was fabricate all of your stories. Like I said, we can work things out. And like I said, the easy way would be for you to say, screw it, I'm not going to listen to what he says. I'm going to take my chances of getting arrested, paying lawyers' fees. And you know what? It's not worth it, man. It really is not worth it. And you know what? I'm not sure if you have a job or not. From what I heard, you don't. You're unemployed. You live with your sister. But like I said, it's hearsay. I don't know this for a fact. But if you're unemployed and one day you want to get a job and you have an arrest record on you, it's not going to look good. Plus paying all the lawyers' fees and stuff. Do you really want to put yourself and your family through that shit? Over what? Comic book movie crap? It's not worth it, man. So like I said, I'm giving you an offer. I want to make peace. If you don't, I'm coming after you. That's it. Sweaty out.